Greetings, I'm Sally Harris, president of St. James Place. Today I had the opportunity of speaking with Chris and Molly about this fabulous, delightful, delectable holiday market that they have created, which will be coming to St. James Place on December 3rd and 4th. Welcome to St. James.
Thank you.
I wore my special holiday shirt a little early, but in honor, joyful. I like anything that says joy, so anyway.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I really have a lot of questions. I want to know how you got started with GBAM, particularly the arts market in St. James Place. So tell us about that.
Well, the market started in 2013. And originally, when it first started, it was a summer market down in downtown, well, kind of outside downtown Great Barrington at the train station, as we tried to find a home and be close to the farmers market and develop ourselves as an entity. And that first year, we hosted the holiday market at the train station building for the first 2 years. And then we lost that space. And the space is so important to us in the sense of the aesthetic and what the interior of the building looked like. We wanted it to be a match to what the feeling of our market was for the holiday time. And so we stopped hosting the holiday market after 2014 because we just couldn't find a space.
And we knew this was coming, so we were also kind of lying in wait, knowing that this venue might be available to us. So it was definitely something that was in our minds, but at that point you were not ready to host a market and you were not open yet. And then when we met with you and told you about what we were thinking, and we looked at the space and felt like it was perfect.
Excellent. Well, you know, the markets that you've done in St. James, the weekend markets, have been fascinating to me because of the sense of discovery that you have, and it is a nice setting for showing off these wonderful wares. And I love the term that you use for artists is you curate.
You want a curated element. I mean, we put a lot of time and effort because we do markets and because we're not just event planners, and that we're actively engaged in different markets, or when a market approaches us about participating as a vendor, like there's certain things that we look for. Like, will our product fit? What kind of demographic is it? What's the aesthetic of the show? You know, how is it being planned? And so for us, the way we curate the market, we want it to be curated because we want people to come and shop quality, well-made items that reach a broad demographic, or different price points, all things that allow people to come into a space and discover new companies, that are making really beautiful things that you wouldn't find in a normal store.
We do take the extra time to select like a really great group of artists, and we are also lucky enough with these markets that we can kind of dive into the giftable treats as well, which is always fun, and that always heightens the feeling of festivity because we both have food that people can eat on site, but we also have vendors that sell things that are edible as well. And that's, you know, that always kind of brings the spirit of Christmas and holidays out a little more. And we work to find a really diverse group of vendors, and we get to pull from, because we're kind of in, you know, sort of the corner of Massachusetts, we can pull a little bit from Connecticut and New York, and we just have we cast a little bit of a wider net, which is really nice, and we're selective. There's a certain feeling that we want to convey with the market, and with the items that are being sold, and we work hard to make sure that our vendors have beautiful displays. So it's not just that they have a beautiful product, but they also have, you know, a lovely way that they display it. And we think a lot about the way, you know, who's next to who and how the rooms are curated. We have two rooms in this market, and we give, you know, some time and energy to like how everything goes together. And I think it really pays off. We create a really lovely atmosphere, and people feel excited about what they see, and it's not just the same vendors that they see, you know, at other markets in the area. And I think the time that it takes to be intentional about it really pays off.
And it is a nice setting for showing off these wonderful wares.
Our festive and magical market fits into this space because it also feels magical. When you sit in the sanctuary and when you sit in the other rooms, you feel the history of the building and you feel the specialness of this place right in downtown. And then when you add Christmas and the holidays to that, you know, I'm not from New England, but I grew up looking at Norman Rockwell reprints. My mother was a big Norman Rockwell person. It's funny that I'm here now. I don't think she would have ever thought that possible, but coming here, New England is like quintessential holiday. You see it in the movies. As a city kid, it's like, ooh, this is like what Christmas or the holidays looks like. And so this space on Main Street comes alive. You have trees out front, lights. If there's snow on the ground, hopefully, all of that ties into this magical kind of holiday experience for our shoppers and the customers that are coming here to experience St. James Place.
I hope we've enticed you to come to the delightful and delectable holiday market that's coming to St. James Place on December 3rd and 4th. I've gone in the past, and I have to tell you, it really is magical.